Buongiorno, everyone, and can we play at 6 o'clock every week? Do you know what I mean? Or a Wednesday every week? And the new Saturday
Just
at 3
Bournemouth
o'clock
every week.
is the new Wednesday at 6. Sheffield United the other week 3-0. Tonight 4-1 against Bournemouth. Jesus, I didn't even know what I saw, mate. We're gonna have to. This is gonna be a long one. Start from early because early on in the game, Dwight Gale gives Newcastle the lead. There's just over 4 minutes on the clock, and Dwight Gale again. Like I said in the build-up, this was a big game for the likes of Dwight Gale, given a chance, given a start after that horror show, that miss against Man City, and it was similar to the goal against Villa, where he takes it in his stride, he takes his time, he slots it past the keeper. Again, though, it's championship opposition you're looking at. Bottom three Villa, bottom three Bournemouth. Take nothing away though. Let's be honest, yeah, Dwight Gale, great finish, and what a great start to an unbelievable game for Newcastle. And the European dream's life. And we're looking at top 8 now, closer to the top 3 than the bottom 3. Newcastle United are, and I've got to say that is the performance of the season for me. I mean, what a show! What a dominant display by the two Norway Magpies, popping cherries all hour, clean through the whole game, possession. Retaining possession, passing about the play, taking with chances, clinical, apart from Isaac Hayden, who missed a sitter at the end. But I mean, 4-1 winners. Channeling, he's in a Dwight Gale. If Dwight Gale's not going to do it, Isaac Hayden will do it. But I mean, what a win for Brucey's Mags. And since the Premier League restart, Newcastle now 3 games unbeaten, 2 wins, only 1 goal conceded. High flying in the league. No chance of relegation now, 42 points. 42 points. Oh, yeah. Forgot about Dan Gosling getting that one at the end. 42 points for the two, and only, 3 points off 7th or 8th. Which, like I said, in our social medias, if you don't follow it, at the Magpie channel on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, put out last night, 8th place is looking likely to get a European spot this year because of cup competitions and Man City's European ban. So we'll enjoy this one, won't we?
Oh, massively. I just heard as well that we're now only 3 points off our tally from last season under Rafa. Finished with 45 points.
Yeah.
So, like you said it before, the most dominant performance of the season. I remember as well watching the Sheffield United game. We had a lot of people in the comments saying that that's the best we've played all season, but I think that's just outdone that. Definitely like domination. You said, I think we took the foot off the pedal towards the end as well, and I think we were right to do that. Like we're already like 4-0 up at the time. Coasting. Brucey wanted some rotation. Obviously, players needed a bit of a rest. We've had so many games lately. We didn't really need to go full force. Like they were there for the taking from the start. I thought as soon as I seen the lineups, I thought we've got everything it takes to potentially score 4 goals in this one. And once we did, 5 minutes in, Gale with the opener. Was it 2-0 at half time or was it 3-0 at half time?
2-0.
2-0 at half time. You just tell that was pretty much game over. Bournemouth didn't even really need to come out for the second half. And once we got that third, you just knew this game's there for the taking. And you can see why Bournemouth are in the bottom now. I don't know if that's moved them any on goal difference. And now during the game, they'd gone from 18th down to 19th on goal difference. But and we went up to 12th on goal difference, 1 ahead of Crystal Palace. But that goal at the end knocked us back down. That 1 goal has set us down on goal difference. So we're now sitting in 13th. I don't know if it did anything for Bournemouth in lifting them back up to 18th or not. But they've got a lot of worry. Like they need to be worrying for the rest of the season. The Sky put on their remaining fixtures. They've got some tough fixtures coming up from where they already are to how poor they were. They're conceding 4 goals against us. No disrespect to Newcastle, but we're not the greatest of teams. We've had a bit of a up and down season. I think Bruce deserves a bit of credit where credit's due, I think. But they've got a lot of the top 4, top 5 teams left to play. And with performances like that, they're destined for relegation. As you said, Dwight Gale scores against championship teams, scored against Villa, scored against Bournemouth. I'm pleased he got a shot like Dwight Gale, to be fair. Took his chance well.
He said Bournemouth were there for the taking. They were sloppy, they were poor in possession, unlike Newcastle, where everything was pulling together. I mean, you looked at Man City, we couldn't string 2 repasses together. Bournemouth, everything was working out for. People were getting space, people were overlapping on the wings. But you said it, although Bournemouth come out the second half, there's a big moment at the start of that second half where literally seconds into it, they have a goal ruled out. rightfully so for offside. As Solanke hit the post, King got the rebound, but it was offside. And then obviously, like you say, Newcastle going to get the third and the fourth. But that's a defining moment. Like, if Bournemouth put that in, then it's a bit like the City game of the quarterfinal. Really, then they're on the front foot. They're in the ascendancy. They were only one goal away from getting the equaliser, where they need it massively being stuck in the bottom three. But you've got to look at Newcastle tonight and just think, what a job, what a performance, what a rightfully so. Myself, Hamad Bruce and Hamad Gale for Sunday and tonight. I'll praise them both, because Gale, although I didn't see him do much else or score the goal, but that's his job as a striker, score goals. He's done it, well done. See you later. Bruce tonight got it right back to the 4-2-3-1. Shouldn't have showed so much respect to Man City. But now look forward, look at the present. Bournemouth tonight, 4-2-3-1. Sean Longstaff in that number 10 role, I thought did brilliantly well. You got to look at the first goal where he chases the player down, draws the tackle and lays it off to Saint-Maximin, who passes it through to Gale. And he was all over the place tonight. Sean really energetic, and it's a shame that he had to come off after scoring as well, grabbing himself a goal, getting Newcastle second. He had to come off after looking like he pulled his hamstring. He looked a bit better when we've seen him on the in the stands. Bit smiles, so not as devastated and gutted as he was when he came off. So hopefully it's not the end of his season, but when it's a hamstring, it's not looking too good. But Brucey, like I say, did it well tonight. 4-2-3-1. Brought Crafton, did a job. Bentley did a job. Sean, like I say, energetic. Gale got his goal, and Saint-Maximin, bloody Maximin, £17 million. It's going to go down in history. It's going to go down in history is the best buy ever at this stage. £17 million in this day and age. For all the stick that we've given and got for Joelinton costing 40. These are the same guys that bought Saint for 17. So what a steal.
Absolutely. Just seeing there that this is the first time he's the third Newcastle player in history in the Premier League to have made 3 assists in one game, after Andy Cole and Moussa Sissoko. Hat-trick of assists. Like, I was pleased to see him start. I said before the game, and I said in my lineup prediction, like, the season's not over, but before this game we're on 39 points. We hadn't hit the magic 40-point mark, and with the revelation that Europe isn't that far away, we're only 3 points off 7th or something now. Maybe it's even higher, I can't remember. But we're closer to the top of the league than we are the bottom. Like, well, not Liverpool, but like, was it the final 3? We're closer to the top 3 than we are the bottom 3. Yeah. Like, this game was still huge against a team fighting relegation. Like, they were going to try and come for it the best that they could. I know they had a few players missing as well, like Callum Wilson. But I said, well, I wanted Saint-Maximin to start if he was fit. I know that they thought like he was a bit tired in training yesterday, so he might not have made this game. But if fit, you've got to start Saint-Maximin. He's our best player by a country mile. The only one who really, really puts an effort in. And we're seeing a lot of effort today, so no disrespect to the rest of the lads, but in previous games that we've seen, Saint-Maximin is the diamond in the rough. He's the absolute gem in that squad. And as long as he's fit, I don't really want to see him rested. If he needs a rest, fair play, rest him now, because we're past 40 points now. We're on to 42. It's looking plain sailing, but I still want to push on. Like, this season's not over. Like, how many games are left now? Is it 6? 6 games left. Like, we can push on. I know, like, if you don't get Europe, a lot of people say that it doesn't matter where you finish between the Europe spot and the bottom 3. Like, people aren't bothered whether you finish between 8th and 17th. I think that's a shit attitude to have. Like, every point in the league counts. I think it's like 2 million in prize money per position you finish in the league. So I still want to see push on. And it looks a hell of a lot better on paper, and to say it out loud, that we're finished in the top 10 than in the top half than the bottom half. I'd rather finish 10th than 11th. And we're sitting now in 13th, and 8th isn't that far away. Like, we can push on now and really, really give it a go. But we're past 40 points now. That was the main priority. That's target number 1 accomplished. That's safety guaranteed for me. So if we can rotate the squad now, I'd be happy to see it. We finally got a decent look at Lazaro, who I thought was really, really good tonight. Almiron got a little bit of a break, even though he came on pretty early on. He should have had a little bit more of a rest, but when he did come on, I thought he looked really, really sharp. Shelvey looked really sharp tonight. Hayden had a little bit of a run out. Seen Kraft getting a chance at right back, which I'm happy about. I think he had a pretty good game. Bentaleb, good game. Manquillo, good on the left wing, at left back. So I'm really, really happy overall.
I think again, I'll go back to Brucey. The subs He's forced to bring Almiron on for Sean, who obviously takes the injury. What a strike by Almiron for a bloke that. This is why you try and have patience with Joe Linton and be calm about him, because you think this time last year, Almiron, everyone was slating him. He couldn't hit a bond all this time last year. He couldn't score sitters like Dwight Gale misses. He couldn't. And then the night he takes that in his stride, right foot, curls it straight past the keeper, edge of the box. Unbelievable hit. He's flying now. He's Newcastle's top goal scorer across the season in all competitions with 7 goals. And then Lazaro. I tell you what, Lazaro. I think if the takeover doesn't happen, Newcastle will be putting their hopes on him being the striker. If they can sign him permanently from Inter Milan, because the run, it went to VAR stupidly. He was onside. Times it well, takes it even better. What a finish by Valentin Lazaro. And then he goes on to even hit the bar after that as well, when Isaac Hayden should have made it 5. So, formation, Bruce's 4-2-3-1, spot on. The players that came in, great job. And the subs again on the score sheet, just like the way for Villa. So, yeah, what a night for Newcastle.
Absolutely. I still think Fernandes needed a bit of a rest. I think maybe the next game with West Ham on Sunday, I think maybe Fernandes should have a bit of a rest now. Maybe bring Shaw in. And that Shaw was terrible the other night against Man City, but Fernandes needs a rest, and everyone else is out at the minute. It's like Dummett's ineligible, and Lejeune will be lucky to see any more game time for the rest of the season, and Clark's still a doubt. So Shaw to come in for me, but Sean Longstaff's injury, couldn't have predicted that. I think Shelvey could have done with a rest as well tonight, but Shelvey and Fernandes had to stay out the 90 minutes due to that early substitution, and the rest of the substitutions, as you say, were bang on. Lazaro was fantastic. I had Joe Linton as well. Like, he did his job tonight brilliantly on that left-hand side. He linked up play well, got stuck in, tracked back, made some tackles, was great on the ball. That's what he's good at. Like, as you say, like, you need to give him patience. But scoring goals isn't Joe Linton's thing. It shouldn't be like his main job. He's not a number 9. So, he should chip in with goals. Some of the chances he's been presented with, he should have done better with, I agree. But we're seeing what he's good at tonight, and that's the position he should be playing at for the rest of his career at Newcastle. Like, if we need to put him up front, then fair play. If we're out of options, if Carroll and Gale aren't fit, fair play, put him up front. But that's his best position. I thought he did a great job tonight.
I think Newcastle, Brucey and the lads did a great job tonight. I mean, sensational performance, really. Sensational performance to get the 3 points, to get over the 40-point mark. And like I say, we can now look up and try and get top 10 and have that long shot push for Europa League. Imagine if we get to go to Anzi next year. We'll get to go to Karabag next year. We'll get to go to Sporting Lisbon next year. You know, we'll get better as the stages go on. But Newcastle can only dream. But I mean, if you had offered me this at the start of the season, you'd snap your hand off it, really, wouldn't you, to be safe with 6 games to go and be looking up the table and say, over your shoulder.
Aye. Yeah, aye. No, sorry, I got distracted. I've just been presented with a beer.
Nice one. So you want you late on that, but it's time to celebrate for Newcastle.
Celebration.
Definitely time to celebrate after that 4-1 win over Bournemouth. Make sure you pop in the comments below what you thought of the game. Newcastle, any chance of getting that top 8 to get that European football? Let me know. Subscribe to my Pride Channel TV and enjoy yourself.